Hello, I'm just going to explain how the new VT conversion system works. So you remember in the meeting we talked about the data in this sheet being incorrect for our database, so we're going to try and convert it to something more consumable, such as flights on dates rather than days. So this data is stored in day format and we want it stored in date format. So we had some trouble with this column because obviously the data is formatted slightly strangely, but we've managed to work that out. So basically there's a few things to do to this sheet before we can convert the data. So the first thing is we need to add these dates in correct format into HNJ2. So these dates are the most important dates. So it's from April the 10th. So the format is month, day. So it's the American format. So we would choose April, which is the 5th, and the 10th of April, and 2017. You can put date from in here just to remember what it is, or you can leave it blank, it doesn't matter, and then we can put date 2 just to be sure. And in here, so this would be November, so the 11th and the 12th of November and 2017. So the reason we put in the American format is because the script is based on Google servers and they use American date format. So once that's done, we just need to do something fairly basic. We can just insert an image. I've chosen to research an image from the internet as a play button, but you can put whatever you want in there. It just has to be an image of a button or something like that that you can click. So you can either import an image that you have, like an SPT logo or something, or you can just use research. I just researched button. So we'll use this green button and then we put it in. So it's probably going to be quite big. And there it is, it's huge, so I'll resize it. So I'll leave this button here. Now, at the moment it doesn't do anything. When you click on it, nothing happens. So what you have to do is click on it and then click on these little 3 buttons here. And then we want to add a script. My one's in French, but it might say it in English. It will probably just say connect to a script or fire a script. So once you click that, it'll ask you for the script that you want to use. And the word is convert. All in lowercase, so convert. So once that's done, you'll see down here you just need to add another tab. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm just going to copy this over. So let's pretend that this was not a sheet. So all you have to do now is, once you've added the script, you've added the dates, then you need to go ahead and add a sheet called data. Once data is entered, just add a simple header. This header we can use copy paste or whatever, but basically PK needs to be empty because that's the unique identifier for each line, so we don't want any of those, so that it creates a new line in the database each time. The date, the flight number, the time of departure, the time of arrival, the island departure, and the island arrival. It's not super important, you can add it afterwards if you want, but I just added it in at the start, makes it easier. So go back to the program sheet, and now we are ready to click this button. So you can see it's executing the script. So it's quite long. At the moment it takes about 5 minutes. Why is, you can see it's starting to add all the lines now. So it'll add all the way down, you know, a couple of thousand lines. So it does take some time. So you'll see this thing will stay, this little alert will stay on the screen until it's done. Now the one thing is, obviously the time formats, if you want to format them, you just go format and then we want to make them time. The only thing is, you don't want any trailing information on these. You just want hour, minute. So that's the way the database consumes them. So we will make those a format that the database can handle. And so you can see now that we have all of these flights that are per date. So the database works out which every Monday, blah blah blah, every Tuesday, and then takes out the exceptions or just adds them on the particular date that they're on. So we can cross-reference this with Guillaume, but yeah, it's 100% tested and works. So that's how it works. So basically all we have to remember is to add the 2 dates up the top, add the conversion button, assign the convert script to it, create an extra sheet called data, and you're away. That's basically how it works. The script I'll share in, I'll create a Word document for this as well, and I'll share the actual code. If ever you need to edit the code, you can obviously edit it in Editor of Scripts, and that will open this window and you'll see what it does. It's quite self-explanatory. I have written a lot of English in here to explain what happens, how it works, what it's doing. So you can go through that if you like. Obviously, please don't modify anything because it's quite fragile and it's quite huge. It's like a 300-line algorithm. So, but it does explain how it does it and how it converts the data. So if ever the data changes from Airtahiti, we can obviously update the right part of this algorithm for it to work again. Okay, that's it for me. I will be back working tomorrow.